Hi everybody, it's Nicola here from In Business Club. Thank you so much for choosing to download the 6-month digital planner that we are just giving away to as many of you as possible in order that it really helps you make the most of the rest of 2021. It's been a tricky year. Last year was a tricky year, no doubt. So we decided to reinvigorate and give 6 months plan and document away to as many of you as possible so that you could really gather your thoughts, so you could track your successes, so that you could maybe learn some new stuff as well, because the planner isn't just a content planner. It is something, a working document that will really take you through all of the 6 pillars of Mint that we see, the 6 things that are really, really important in your business to know about. So whether you've just started, and congratulations if you have, I think that's the most exciting bit when you start a new business, or whether you've been doing it 10 years, I hope that, and congratulations on that, by the way, I hope that this planner will help refresh or give you some learning about all of the things that certainly I would have loved to have had when I started my first business 13 years ago. So let me just talk you through the 6 pillars of Mint, and I'm going to quickly share screen, and I'm just going to talk you through the bits of the planner and how I would hope that you can use this. All right. When we run our businesses, what we know is that we're really good at the things we do. So I'm a good trainer and I like helping people, but I'm really rubbish at a lot of the process-driven stuff that a business needs. And I think until we get into running our business, we just don't know all of the aspects of what we need to do. So the 6 pillars of Mint actually are born from that. Firstly, pillar 1, you. Who are you in your business? What do you want? What do you need it to be? Where do you need to get it to so your life is fulfilled as a self-employed or a business owner? Okay, and that's really important, because without you and your business, without you and your mindset being right, like, how does the rest follow? If you're not okay, if you don't know what you're aiming for, what your vision is, how does the rest follow? So from you, then we've got obviously the business foundations, the kind of nuts and bolts. You can't have a house without having foundations. So there is stuff that I think a lot of, certainly our members that I know, maybe have not yet got to grips with, but they're maybe in business 2 or 3 years. And then retrospectively, they realize that, oh, it would have been great if I had a business bank account, for example, right from day one. So there's some foundation stuff that we've got on the worksheets for you to have a look at. And talking about bank accounts, that leads us really into pillar 3, which is money. Do you know your money? Do you know how to track your money? How are you tracking your money? And I'm talking about money in, money out, your revenue, the thing that we all need, but sometimes are a little afraid of, because we've got to go through our marketing and our sales process to make sure we've got actual paying clients and customers. Okay, so let's recap on that. We've got you, and we've got business foundations, and we've got pillar 3, which is about your money. We have actually separated that out as a thing in its own right, because money is a really tricky topic for some of us. But then, of course, we've got to do marketing. Without marketing, pillar 4, in our business, if we don't do any marketing, if we don't tell people in all of the ways that you can that our business exists and that our products and services are absolutely Mint, how do we expect anybody to know about them and buy? Now, marketing for us, and for me personally, is probably one of the, if not the most important aspects of doing the business. And I think that's why everybody jumps all over the social media channels. But marketing is far, far more than putting a post out on a social media channel. And hopefully this planner will help you really deep dive into that. If your marketing works, you'll get sales. When your marketing works, you get sales. And pillar 5 is obviously about sales. How do you sell? How do you best sell? How do you get that marketing message correct and those sales process correct, so you get money in your bank, which you need to grow your business? And pillar 6 is growth. Now, let's be clear. In Mint, what we mean by growth is getting your business to where it needs to be for you. It doesn't mean we want to turn you into the next Elon Musk, or neither should you want to be that. And growth, I think, is a term that's used with an expectation of staff and premises and all of this kind of stuff. But many, many of our members want to grow their businesses to a point that they are comfortable, that their salary is comfortable, that they have what they need financially out of their business. So if you want to go on, take on 10 members of staff, that's absolutely great. We can help you get to that. If you don't, that's also perfectly fine. Okay, that's enough of the introduction. So let me just take you through to sharing the screen. And let's get to the screen and let's get to the Mint Business Planner. So I'll put myself out of the way completely and I will just walk you through. So I'll take you right back to the start. I was just having a reminder for myself there of what this looks like. It's a hefty document. I'm so proud of it and all the work that the Mint team and especially Alan has put into it, and Deb Nolan, who helped us as well pull this together over years. It's taken me to get this planner together. So let's just scoot through a couple of pages for you. You've got your cover, obviously, and obviously all of the copyright in the planner is ours. So we would expect absolutely nobody to copy this and turn it into their own, but you never know. So we've got that in there, loud and clear. Bit of an introduction, but you've just had that from me. So there's some of our lovely members, aren't they glorious? They're just lush, man. Okay, so where we're going to start is with your Mint vision. Now, this is obviously something we'd use in January normally, but no harm at all in coming back mid-year and going, what on earth do we want from the next 6 months? What will make the rest of 2021 really, really great for us? So looking at your personal goals, your financial goals, the fun that you have in your business, this is about you. And maybe there's people in your Mint team that can help you with stuff. Now, that's whether you're part of our community already, the wider community, or just anybody that you know in your business that's going to help you. Get the names on there as a reminder, but also who could you help with? Because we know that referrals and collaborations are really vital to our small business. So who could you help and with what? Your Mint mindset, the things that you need to learn and the time you need to give yourself, and the values to treasure and people who you'd aspire to meet. We start and need to think about our own mindset by doing these activities and really putting us at the center of our business. Your growth mindset. I love this. It's from Carol Dweck, and you please do try and find that TED Talk, because it's just how we really work to change our mindset from fixed, like it's just too hard, I can't do it, to, oh, it's a challenge, I love a challenge. And have a look at those, because these will resonate. And yet our growth mindset, us, the stuff we don't know yet, the things we're going to learn in despite of, I don't know how to do that yet. I can't do that yet. It changes the narrative in our own heads. Skipping forward again, your passion. How do you feel about yourself in your business, and what do you need to learn? Get that all down there. But what about your business life goals? So being more specific about your life goals, but in your business. Why are you running this business? What is your vision and your values for it? What money do you need to earn, and what gives you joy? So lastly, really, your personal statement. In 12 months' time, when I look back over this year, I will say, in 6 months' time, when I look back, I'm sitting at Christmas, we've got that cup of coffee, and we're looking back thinking, gosh, this year or this 6 months, wow, what do you want to see? Can you see that vision forward? Let's nip into foundations then. What's your role? What's your core skill? How are you currently running your business? What does the company stand for? So what is important to you, but how does that translate to your company? How do your clients feel when they receive your service or product? And really importantly, this one, what difference does your service and product make to your customers' lives? That's your why, really, right? When you're thinking about why you do it, what difference do you make to somebody else? Now, here's some of the real foundation stuff for us. Are you properly registered? Have you set up your invoicing? Have you started on a sales and marketing plan? What is your pricing structure? How are you communicating in a newsletter? That kind of stuff. If you're struggling with that and you haven't started on that, that's fine. It's absolutely fine, right? Because we're looking and using these worksheets this document as a working document to push us forward. So whatever's tricky on there, we just understand we don't know how to do it yet, but we will learn how to do it. Now, we need to know who we're selling to. So as your customers, they can fall into your marketing, they can fall in the category of sales, obviously, they can fall all over the place. But we've put it in the business foundations because really, like, without knowing your customers, how do you, and who they are, how do you write that marketing plan and that sales plan if you don't know who you're selling to, or you don't know who wants your stuff or who may want your stuff? So we've just put a few worksheets in there for you to identify 2 or 3 different types of customers. And of course, like, there's so many different types of customers. And so these would just give us a generic flavor for who perhaps we would do that marketing to, who is most likely to buy. But of course, we appreciate every single person is unique, and every single person on the face of it may seem similar. You might be 40, you might be female, you might be white, you might live in Newcastle. But within each one of those people, there are different triggers for them to buy or to look. So, this just gives us an overarching feel for who we're going to work with. What are you selling? The amount of times we talk to people and they haven't got a clue what they're selling, or sorry, they do have a clue, but they can't verbalize it. So they can't sort of say, hi, I'm such and such, and this is what I do, and this is what I sell. So sometimes it's really nice just to write it down, what you're selling, which gives you that voice and that content for your marketing. And pricing. We do a lot of work in our club about pricing. Most small business owners start pricing themselves far too low, and we take a journey. I did it. We take a journey to get up to a price which actually is commensurate with what we offer, but it is a journey. So what we need to do is really think about, where are we now with our pricing structure, and is that correct? And by the way, part of that is paying ourselves. So working out what your hour by hour or your day rate, if you're freelance and you offer a service, what are you paying yourself? Okay. And yes, I know that's tricky for some of us, but we have to pay ourselves, because otherwise, what's the point? Marketing. Where are we at? What is your plan? What are your goals for your website, your newsletter, social media, anything else you want to track? And marketing is not just digital. Now, we all know, I've been around for long enough to see the explosion of digital. 13 years ago, there was only about Facebook and a bit of Twitter, and now it's just a different world. But traditional marketing really has a place, phoning people, printing stuff out, going now in person when you can to meet people. What is on your window? What's on your car? Do you send cards out to your clients? Traditional marketing really, really still has a massive place. And when we talk about touch points, it's where in every circumstance can someone, your typical customer, find out about you. So they may get a business card, and then they may see your logo on your uniform. They may talk to someone when they walk in your spot. They may see your Facebook page and your website. There are lots and lots of different places that people can see your brand, your business. And these are called touch points. So just write them all down, because you might want to get rid of some, or you might want more. A digital audit for us, if we're going into digital, is a really good idea, and getting your mates and your friends or other business colleagues to have a look. Ask them to audit your website. What do you see? Does it work? Can you read the font? Auditing whether you do or do not have a newsletter and send it out regularly. What software are you using? Who opens it? Even if you've got 10 people, it's worth sending something out, because one of those 10 might buy. Right? Are you doing blogs and vlogs? What does that look like? What videos are you doing? Right? What are you using out there digitally to really attract people to your business? And do you actually have a content plan? And of course, on the other sides of these, you can write anything else down that you might be doing in addition to that, but we're going to go straight into the social audit as well. So we've separated out social from the other digital, your website, your newsletters, You know, your blogs, your stuff like that, you own that, but social media you don't own. So whilst we are completely reliant, many of us, on social media, you know, just always remember that those platforms belong to someone else. They're not ours. Whereas our website, our newsletter, it's ours. We own it. So all your traditional ones are on there, your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, now TikTok I've got on the bottom. Anything else you're using? What you're doing? How often are you posting? Is it successful? What do you get? What leads to what? Now, thanks to Karen, who's one of our members, she runs Your Business Pilot. She's put some worksheets in here for us on competitor awareness. You know, who are your competitors? How are they different? What do they do? And I would want to stress right now that I don't want you to be spending hours of your life worrying on about what other people are doing, watching their social media feeds and thinking yours isn't any good. I hear this over and over again. When we do competitive research, we're looking at it from an objective point of view. What do they do? How are they doing it? What do they charge? You don't know how successful it is, so we can't make a judgment on that. Even if they've got massive followings, right? Because they could have bought them, right? You can buy followers on social media. The point is, what we're doing is looking and thinking, is anything that they are doing in any way, shape, or form useful for us? And competitor research proper has been around for decades and decades, way before social media. So it isn't unfair to look at other people and think, okay, you know, what are they doing? What are they up to? What do they charge? But also note that there's some people in your industry that you might actually be able to work with. And this is massive in Mint, where we see collaborations coming together, people working together to benefit both and all. We love this, so make a note of it. Now, your content ideas, July, August, September, October, November, getting into the nitty gritty, I guess, of the digital. We publish a free video every single month, about 15 to 20 minutes long, where Michelle, Rose and I will run through all of the awareness days for the whole of the month to help you think about content. So on these, you're looking for an overarching theme for July, an overarching theme for August, September, and then you break that down week by week if that is indeed helpful to run your business, you know, because all the content you put out absolutely has to help your audience connect with your business. So you don't need to do awareness days if you don't want to, if it doesn't resonate with what you're trying to say. Thank you again to Moira Barnes, Sales Consultancy, another one of our members who is now a trainer, and we work very closely with her. But, you know, Moira's thing is sales. Moira loves sales, and this is pillar 5, you know, so we're asking you to nail down and put some figures in here and think about your clients, your revenue, your referrals, your market channels, you know, what products do you have? How do you sell them? We're asking you really to think about selling on these worksheets. And what are your goals? What do you want to bring in for the next 6 months? We're obviously into quarter 3 now. You can retrospectively fill in quarter 1 and quarter 2. What did you bring in? Don't put the targets in, bring them in. And then put your targets in for Q3 and Q4. We've got a budget planner, money. We've got a budget planner. And then we've got our money goals for July. And then we've got our money goals for August and September and October and November and December. Okay. We've also got Plan, Do, Reflect, our calendar for any dates that you need to pop on there. And then I just want to show you one of these. What happened in June? That was great. Write it down. Did you achieve those goals that you'd wanted it to in June? Write it down. What was your biggest learn? Write it down and have a look at anything that you're tracking. And the reason I am absolutely adamant that we take time out to write this stuff down is because it changes when you write it down from a dream in your head, like a half thought, to an actual. There is something in the process of just putting stuff down, putting it out there, instead of just keeping it in your head, that makes it so much more likely that you can and will hit those goals. So we've got to get those goals in for July, and then at the end of July, you're going to reflect on July, and then so on and so forth. You put your goals on for August, and then you reflect at the end of August. And we have to learn how to give ourselves time to do this. I work with small groups in our business boot camps, and we really, really nail this process. And we've just done our 6 month vision. You know, like when I started, we've just done our 6 month vision and really thought about what is it we want by Christmas. You know, one of the goals was I would like to not collapse at Christmas because she's a retailer. So how do we set that business up so she is so planned, so prepared that she can take a week off or a weekend off in November, the busiest time of the year, but she's not actually strapped to her business and it's controlling her. We had 6 month vision goals on revenue, you know, and just to get to Christmas and be able to say what's coming for 2022 for some of us. You know, so this planner, I hope that explains how I would expect you to use it, or if you were working with me in a training environment, you would use it like that. But I hope it kind of inspires you to have a look at your business through fresh eyes. And if you use the planner sheets, print them out or just type in them. If you use those, you will have this working document by Christmas that shows you and reminds you what you've done for 6 months to achieve what. And that makes it really easy next year from July to Christmas to go back and go, oh, in July, I tried that campaign, or I did this thing, or that really worked, or, you know, and it helps you with your forward momentum for the years to come. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We will be sending you some case studies. I've got some members who've worked with for a number of years who use the planner and have used the worksheets in bootcamp for years. And I'm going to send you those case studies through to have a look at because they're so inspirational. And they're just like us, you know, set up their small businesses, have grown their small businesses, have used documents like this to help them grow their small businesses. And they're just amazing stories. So I hope you really, really enjoyed those as well. And do look out for an invitation to our free taster session. So we're having a mastermind and taster session face-to-face as well very soon, unless restrictions say, you know, we've got to go back to online. And we will be sending you invitations to those as well. So please come join us if you can. Okay, let me know how you get on. My email is nicola@mintbusinessclub.co.uk. I'm here all of the time. And for our community, you know, I love nothing better than answering your questions and being able to help you. So if there's anything you want to ask about this planner, just ping me over an email and I will get back to you as soon as I can, but I will get back to you. Okay, take care. See you later. Enjoy.